Beep, 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 beep. Good morning, good people. Welcome to the Court of the EDI Jester. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I call this my Hannibal Lecter hair because I couldn't be asked. I got up and I thought, man, can't be doing with it. Can't be doing with the day. I got a couple of things today, right? I'll become a warrior teacher, buy me a coffee, subscribe, become a jester, right? All the stuff that's usual from me, but please do subscribe. That's the most important thing, and share this if you will on the Twitters. I've got a couple of things for you today. So first off, an initiative from California in America. Oh, California, California, I'm coming home. Bit of Jodie there for you in the morning, right? And then I want you to help me with an experiment because something's gone wrong with my YouTubes. At least it's not internal. Something's gone wrong with my tubes. Something has gone wrong with my YouTubes, and I don't know why. So, yeah, I want you to help me out with an experiment, and then I'll explain the other bit in a minute. But let's talk about this first. A couple of things here, but this is the first one, right? There's a website called protectkidsca.com that you may want to have a look at. This is a very interesting thing that's happening here, I'm finding. Now, this was sent to me by one of my by a warrior teacher. I keep saying mine, I keep getting told off by someone for it. But except they always turn into a guru, you know, like, oh. So, Protect Kids California, that's what it's called, right? And they've got 3 initiatives going on the website, and you can go and have a look at it because I'll put the links in the doobries, but I thought it was interesting. And it's going to be particularly interesting for those of you in California. So I've got some warrior teachers in California and get the message out there for people to understand what Protect Kids California is doing. So who are they? This is the first thing, right? Well, Protect Kids California is the group proposing 3 initiatives for the California ballot in November 2024. And those 3 initiatives are as follows. School Transparency and Partnership Act. So they're asking for an act. They're actually trying to get something put into legislation in California, which you know as well as I do is woke central. All right, okay? Where you can misgender and get arrested, but take a dump in the street. That's a place you don't want to go, innit? Right, School Transparency and Partnership Act. An initiative to require schools notify parents when their child wants to socially transition in school settings. You'd think that would be the minimum, wouldn't you? Number 2 is the Protect Girls Sports and Spaces Act, an initiative to make certain girls have fair competition by ensuring girls' athletic programs are for female athletes only. I see here and I'm reading this and I'm like, it's 2023, you know, and these LARPing men, you know. And then finally, the third act they're after is Protect Children from Reproductive Harm Act. Ooh. Now, an initiative to prevent child sterilisation from puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, or transgender surgeries. It's a good 3, isn't it? It's a good 3, right? It's a good 3. Okay, so go and have a look. Links are in the doobries. So, their first step is to submit these initiatives to the Attorney General requesting a title and summary. Once the Attorney General issues a title and summary, we are allowed to begin to collect signatures. And they will need 546,651 certified signatures from registered California voters per initiative. So for each one, so they need 1.5 million, right? Go share this video and share this initiative because I think it's brilliant. Okay, it's the sort of thing that we should be seeing doing. Now, they expect to start collecting signatures in early November 2023, which is obviously why I'm doing this now. We will have 180 days from that time to collect and turn in the required number of signatures. This is great, all right? People doing things, yep. If these initiatives get on the ballot, how likely are they to pass? Now, this is another interesting point that comes with this. They're very likely to pass. Recent polling suggests 68% of California voters support schools notifying parents of kids wanting to socially transition at school. Right, now you know as well as I do, I think the second they start, it's a safeguarding issue. Right? 64% of California voters agree student athletes should only play on sports teams matching their biological sex. That sounds like another win to any Californian politician to me. And then finally, the biggie, 75% of California voters, the other 25% was stoned, agree minors should be protected from puberty blockers, cross-sex hormones, and transgender surgeries. They've got some supplemental data available if you want to see that polling data. the question is then asked, but some say that these initiatives are part of a culture war. Is that the case? Interesting, isn't it? That's an excuse they use it a lot. Oh, you're just inflaming the culture war. Like to inflame you. These initiatives are rooted in common sense. In no other instance in school settings are secrets kept from parents, especially when a child is struggling. The average male is faster, bigger and stronger than the average female. That reality has been accepted for virtually all of human existence. As far as preventing child sterilisation goes, the data that exists today does not support the medical transition of children. Hallelujah, I say. Good luck in California on this one. Now, California State Senator Scott Wiener, Wiener by name, Wiener by nature, labels you right-wing MAGA and bigots. Are you? Is the next question, right? We are a non-partisan group focused on these important issues a majority of both Democrats and Republicans agree with. We believe that if you are 18 or older and wish to transition, that you live a dignified life, one that guarantees you equal opportunities. None of these beliefs are rooted in bigotry. Furthermore, it is because of politicians like Scott Wiener we must take these issues directly to the voters. He's got form. If you ever do a search on Scott Wiener, he's got form, this one. He's right up. He's a LGBTQ loon, a full-on high priest, you know? Men or any other gender, a full-on priest of the cult of TQ plus. And it says here that don't transgender athletes have a right to compete in sport? Well, you and I know the answer to that one. Of course they do. Just in the sex sport, in the sex category, they actually really are. And then finally, the biggie, which is the one that's used the most. This is an appalling myth that needs to be exterminated. Activists claim that children will hurt themselves or unalive themselves, as they say, if children don't receive gender-affirming care. Is this true? It's an utter lie. Always has been, always will be. Go and have a look. The link's in the Dubris. Brilliant move here. If they can get the traction and get the people to sign it and get their signatures that they need, there is a high likelihood these laws will pass in California. And if they pass in California and we can neuter the lunatics there, we can neuter the lunatics anywhere. That's my thinking, but you let me know in the Dubris. Now, second thing, part 2 of this silly video, right? I released a video the other week after I got a copyright strike. So they go, you ain't using that, mate. It's got copyright in it. That's what YouTube will tell you, right? Okay. And you are then able to appeal the copyright of the video that you put up. Now, my particular video was copyright queried, if you will, because it had a piece of music in it called Goodbye Horses, right? Which is a fantastic piece of music. Goodbye horses, I'm crying over you. Bum, bum. But I love it. It's great, right? But it's also the piece of music that plays when Buffalo Bill sticks his, meat and two veg between his legs and stands there like a twat, right? In Silence of the Lambs. Do you remember? Do you recall? Right? So, this video I've done is all about TQ plus villainy on the screen. That's what it's about. And it's got the first example of a trans mother I could find. It's brilliant. Right? So I stuck it all together. I thought, we'll have a go, because I'd never done anything like this before. So it's my first little attempt at a kind of mini jester documentary. Oh, it's so ridiculous. So I released it. I appealed the copyright. I won and I released it. And it's got 91 views. It doesn't make any sense. Now, normally, if I put something up and people go, he's just blathering today, I'll get between 350 and 400 views. This has got 91 views. So what I want you to do with this experiment is help me. I've got this damn thing. I'll put the link to it in the Dubris for this. So just click more and you'll see the link. Go and have a look. Even if you only watch the first 20 seconds, go and have a look and see if you can get to it. Because I think nobody can get to it. I think there's something wrong, even though it's set up as a normal video. So do let me know in the comments if you can get access to my little thing about TQ plus nuttery on the screen, where we go from Psycho right the way through to Diana Rigg dressed as a gay hairdresser. Diana Rigg. She was so beautiful, wasn't she? We have all the time in the world. So that's it. Help me out with my experiment. Go and see what's going on in California. Click on the link to my own YouTube and see if you can get to the damn video. I don't know why it's doing it. It's really weird. Anyway, I don't know. Who cares? Only me. Nobody cares. I'm alone. I think I'll go and eat worms. Right, I'll see you later, folks. Have a grand day.